Alright, we're at episode 3 on this season of Into the Badlands. What an episode this was. We're finally getting things starting. Everything's picking up. There's momentum. We're moving to places. We got a conclave, whatever the hell that is, with a bunch of barons talking stuff. And, Sonny shaved. Thank God Sonny finally shaved. He's looking more like a proper Sonny. So this episode, I was really on board for. Everything that we've seen of all the characters in this one, I liked it. Is it the best episode the show's produced? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be able to top their premiere episode. It just felt so fun and so good to get back there. So let's just jump into this episode really quick, talk about the things I liked. Sonny and Bajie have really become these two characters. I love their storyline so much. Everything they do against each other, they have a really good to and fro. They're just so compelling, and they make it for a good team. They're like a buddy cop, and I love it. Sonny's like the stick-in-the-mud guy who's so serious. Bajie's the fun, lovable one that everyone likes. I really like their dynamic. And when we get our first fight scene on the bridge, when they're going up against, Silver Moon, I think is what they call him, and, he pushes the sword into the wall, slices the people. You know that they are going to be fighting a lot of people coming up in this season, because there's a bounty on both of their heads, and they're going to be they're going through a lot just to get to Vale and get into the Badlands. I love it. I like everything happening with those characters. Plus, let's just quickly talk about Silver Moon for a sec. This guy was such an interesting character just to throw in. And he is everything Sonny is going to end up to be. That's what we learn in this episode. They have a great monologue where he's telling Sonny about, I was like you. I escaped my baron. I started my own life. And when I did, I lost everything. I thought I could have a family. I had a son. I had a wife. They ended up dead. And now here I am alone, still killing people because that's all I know how to do. They broke me. And then at the end of the episode, when we have the fight between Silver Moon and Sonny, you can see he's just been searching his whole life for somebody that can end him, just give him an honorable death, because that's all a Clipper wants. That's all he wants, is just an honorable death, but Sonny won't give it to him. And I like the back and forth that they had. Sonny said, no, there's more. I know how to kill. I know how to kill, but I know there's more than just killing, and I can go find that. But Silver's like, nope, you're going to be stuck here. You're going to be stuck killing. And if you go find Vale, if you go find your way back into some life where you're happy, you're going to leave a trail of bodies behind you. There's people after you. There's a bounty on both your heads. You're not going to get out of here alive, and you're going to lose everything you love. I loved that. And I also like the difference in name. His name's Moon. His name's Sonny. There's an opposites there. So maybe Sonny will go down a different path than him. Maybe not. I don't know. Either way, it's intriguing. Silver Moon, an interesting character. I do expect we're going to come back. Gets his hand cut off. Silver Moon, best sword I've ever seen on a show. It's got rings in it, and he's got what is that? Like a bone hand holding up as a handle. That's fucking awesome. That's so cool. So on board for Silver Moon. And yeah, we'll see more of this guy coming up. So I have this theory with Quinn. I think Quinn is going crazy, because every time we see Quinn, he gets more and more insane. He's losing his mind. We see him, first he's talking to the baby Henry. He's reading a book about Rumpelstiltskin. That's weird. I don't know why you'd read that to a baby, because it just makes it sound like you're going to take the baby and do something. It's just weird. And, Vale's okay, but we have this scene with Vale where she knows that there's something wrong with Quinn when they do the x-ray. And we see I think it's a tumor growing in his head. There's something in his head. I'm pretty sure it's a tumor. And she gives him the fake x-ray, so he looks fine. So he has this confidence and something that makes him feel powerful again. Quinn's a really intriguing character. I can't tell if he's good or bad. I feel like he's kind of good. He's keeping Vale and Henry safe. But at the same time, he seems kind of like a bad guy. I love this scene when he's with one of his recruits, and he says, if you can cut me, then you have power, and he's giving this whole monologue about power, and he's just losing his mind. Quinn is going completely crazy, and I just love everything Quinn's doing. I really want to see this character get into a fight again. I just want to see him go balls to the wall crazy, do something intense. I really this is the dirtiest we've seen of Into the Badlands, I mean, in the first episode, Sonny was really dirty and gritty there in the mine, but Quinn here, he's gone through so much and he's lost so much, but here he is just trying to come back up and make his way back to the top, but he's not there. And I want to see more happening with Quinn. I liked what we saw of Quinn in this episode and with Vale. I feel like she's going to be playing some different angles. Did she ever go fix that guy's hand? he asked her to, like, can you stitch up my hand? She just kind of walked away when she found out what Quinn was going to do. Did she ever fix it? That bothered me. I hope she would have fixed it. Because she's a good person. She should go back and fix it. You know, just do it. Yeah. So then we have MK's story. Not a lot of MK in this one. And you know what? We saw of MK I really liked. He's an intriguing character. I want to see something happen with MK, you know? He's just kind of there existing, but when he finally finds out, you know, what happened to his friend, is it his friend? I don't know. They know each other. They get him back in the box just like MK at the end of the first season, and they like stick something in his chest, and it's kind of weird. They're trying to control these people. I want to learn more about the power and what it is and all that, because we've seen MK fighting himself in the other one. He's holding back something. He wants to find out what happened to his mom. I'm okay with that. I really want to learn more about MK's backstory, and even the backstory of the Master and Ava. I want to learn more about all these people because I feel like there's something happening there. There's this one scene where I thought MK was going to do like a super jump to the top of the waterfall or something. If he did, that'd be really intriguing. What is his power actually? Or what is it really? Like, what is it going to do? Is it just like super good kung fu? Or like, what else is it going to be? Oh, on a side note, like in the fight between Silver and Sunny, and when they're like bouncing off the walls and like climbing stuff with like jumping, that's awesome. That is such, it's so well done. It's over the top. It makes no sense, but it completely works, and I just think it's really interesting. It just makes for great fighting, great choreography, and that was one of the best fights we've seen on the show in a while. I really liked it. It was so just well done. And then we have a character I really like, Waldo. Stephen Lang, I love his presence on this show. He's dressed like a nice guy. He's all suave. He's all clean. I love it. He's looking so fun. And he's playing the piano. I love that. That's so cool. And, you know, he's going to go with the widow to the Conclave because she doesn't want to take Tilda, you know, because she needs somebody that's going to have a presence. People are going to know him. He's a strong figure. He's been to these kind of things before. And, you know, Tilda's still young. She's a fighter. She's not really a politician, and she needs a politician. So Waldo's going with her. I like the reason why Waldo wants to, you know, work with the widow. He's just worked with Barons his whole life, and he wants to help the little person. Makes sense. The widow is like our hero. And is the widow our hero, or is she the bad guy? It's so much is happening. It's so weird. And so, yeah, we see them. They're going, at the end of the episode, we see them. They're going to the Conclave, and there's Ryder and Jade, and they're like all dressed in their red, and there's Widow and Waldo, and they're black and blue, and it's the opposites, and it's so sparkly and shiny. This series is the opposite of The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead's dirty. This show is shiny. The Walking Dead uses guns. They use swords and various other things. The Walking Dead's about family. And Into the Badlands, no one gives a fuck about their family. It's just so fun. I mean, except for Sunny, obviously. It's just so different. It's so cool. I just love this show. It's just becoming such an interesting piece just to learn more about everything going on. The fighting is beautiful. The characters are intriguing. The story is intriguing. And I will say, Bajie at the end, when he's wearing that beanie, he's looking like one of the 7 dwarfs. I tell you, it's so cool. This show is so cool. It's so bright. This episode was stunning. Again, everything about the show intrigues me, and I can't wait for the next one. So let me know what you think of this show, or this episode, or what you think of Into the Badlands. You know, it's awesome. I'll catch you in the next video. Good luck.